How are you? How are you? Hope you're staying warm. Ninja, so fast you couldn't even see it. Ninja. 8 people on board here. 3 thumbs up. Come on, hit them thumbs up. Hit them, hit them. Tattoo, ice cold. We've got patrol mag pouches. They still have some cleanup on them, right? Little threads to clip and burn. But they're online if you want one. You're the first to see them. Now's your chance to get them. More of the chocolate cake day pouches. Guys are saying they look great to put like Beats headphones. Beats, I don't think Beats will fit in here. I don't know. I mean, maybe the slim ones that kind of fold up all the way will. At some point we will do a round pouch, and you can put Pelters or Beats headphones in them and stuff. That'll be a for sale pouch. These are the free pouches right here. Another set of them. Let's Go Brandon, fuck Joe Biden, Cox. Some dude emailed me like a dozen times over these things. So I finally canceled his order, and he's like, I didn't want my order. I'm like, well, I realize that the stuffed animal is super important to the course of your life, but we didn't have them. They were being made. Like, you've emailed me a dozen times. Obviously, we can't. We're not the company for you. And he replaced his order. He's like, I totally want my stuffed animal. So if that's you, it'll be going out to you along with the other 25 dudes that weren't emailing me every day. Extra small mesh pockets for the mini packs. Those finished up. Mesh pockets here, Typhon Red. More of the chocolate cake day. I've got OD CQB mag pouches, belt mount. These will hold 2 M4 mags. They'll hold a military smoke. They'll hold, man down. They will hold 3 MP5 mags or a pair of clamped MP5 mags perfectly. Or just, whatever utility, put a bottle of water in there, I suppose. Pink thread, Tiff blue, pink thread, grocery bags, there's a few there. Purple plastic bag sleeves. We ran a few of those. That will fill this one order. We're probably going to stop making those. Couple stocking orders that had a bunch of stuff on them. Finishing up all those. Inventory we will correct on the stockings, and then that'll be it. You can order what we have. We won't take any more orders on those until maybe next year. These look like patrol mags also of some flavor. These will be, nope, CQB, PALS backed. A few Marine Corps birthday orders, bags that will ship orders tomorrow. Looks like patrol mag pouches without pistols right here. Those I'm sure we'll finish up tomorrow. Sand socks. Guy asked about sand socks today. Sand socks. A lot of sand socks going. A few batches up front already finished today. CQB mag pouches with pistols and pals on the back, pistols on the sides. Those pistol mag pouches will hold a pistol mag, Leatherman tool, Surefire light, 550 cord binocular. You can put a lot of things. I see AOR1 Pelter wraps. I see Highlander hydration carrier for somebody, I don't know who. Multicam small phone pouches. I will take those. Black adjustable holsters, black med insert trays. So all that stuff's happening right now. That's what has been happening. A lot of stuff finished today. More slings got done up today. Tell you what, the duck pouch holds my Raycon earbud pods perfectly. Yeah. And that came in a 4-inch flat pack, I think. I don't know what we gave you with that. Do you ship to Canada? We do, man, all the time. Just order right off the site. It will calculate your shipping costs. John, last night's stream was awesome. Was Googling all night. Yeah, it's fucking nuts, isn't it? Like, because that stuff sounds like it can't possibly be true, right? It sounds like an action movie. Here's some more mag pouches here going. It sounds like the makings for like a James Bond movie or something, evil villain. Except the world is, the evil villains in our world are the people that are called politicians, right? And the money behind the politicians. Do you really believe, for 1 second, do you believe that you have any say in who is elected as your anything? Do you believe that? No, Mark, 46 patches. Good evening, evening. Oh, there's not many people on here. 33 people, 28 thumbs up. Come on, guys, get those going. You guys got to comment. Like, if I'm going to do this live feed, I fucking stood here for 2 hours last night and talked to people because they were talking back. You have to give me something to work with. I have plenty of videos that I make all by myself. They're all over YouTube. I'm not going to stand here for another hour and do that at night for you guys. Like, if you want to have a conversation, you have to have a fucking conversation. Klaus Schwab. Did you see the pictures of Klaus Schwab in the see-through little nightie and high heels with nipple clamps out on the beach? Did you see that? Look that shit up. That's Klaus Schwab. Klaus Schwab. Dressed up as a woman in nightie lingerie on the beach. VX21 material? I'm not even familiar with it, buddy. Have no idea. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I saw some dog leashes of some sort. Do you have them available? They're never available. You will never get one until you order it and wait for me to make it. Yes, we build them. A lot of them. But don't ever plan on ordering one and it just shipping. That might happen. That might just happen that random day. But typically you're going to wait for me to make them. And that could be a week. It could be months. So if you need a dog leash, don't order mine. Think any more about the Jetboil Genesis? Yeah, I'm going to buy it. I just haven't found one, and I've just been buying so much other shit on Amazon that I thought was more pressing. I have stuff that runs propane right now. I have a lot of stuff, actually, that runs propane. I wanted something that would burn kerosene. I went and actually picked up some more kerosene today. I have kerosene in 15-gallon drums. And for some reason, a bunch of my kerosene cans had been used for other shit, so I'm missing nozzles. Like, guys were leaving the cans out in the sun, and the sun just destroys them. And things happen. You know, stuff gets beat up and banged around tractors. So I went and bought some new spouts to cover the missing ones, which worked pretty good. I saw them on Amazon, and then they happened to have them at Tractor Supply. And I bought another 30 gallons of kerosene this afternoon, $4.50 a gallon. I had to drive over 30 minutes to the nearest gas station that even sold kerosene. We used to have two in this town. And while I was there, there was a dude from a town 30 minutes away in the other direction there buying kerosene also. So I bought an alpaca stove. I don't have it yet. It's not here. Just so that I could run off kerosene, just because I store kerosene. The kerosene I bought today won't be used for 2-3 years from now. Like, I have kerosene on hand, quite a bit of it. But yeah, the Genesis, they do a half and then they do the double. I do intend to buy the double, and it comes with 2 pots, and the stove nests inside the pots. Gas has gone up 20 cents. So we're supposed to have Ice-mageddon coming, right? They're saying up to a 1/4 inch of ice, which is a lot of ice for here. Now, maybe they salt the roads, maybe they don't. Maybe it's too much and it overtakes it. I don't know what the deal is. I'm assuming Camden is getting the same weather that Lexington, Kentucky is getting starting tomorrow. 1/2 to 3/4 ice, 2 to 3 inches of snow. So I haven't heard any snow, Travis. I am hearing ice. Ice, ice, baby. Sam Carroll, what's up? Big O, what up? Regular Coleman liquid stoves will burn kerosene. but you have to preheat the generator. Regular Coleman liquid stoves, like the green ones, Coleman stoves, like the typical Coleman stove. They have one that runs kerosene or diesel, right? And then they have one that runs Coleman fuel, which is white gas, right? And white gas is a much cleaner version. Am I correct on that? Or will they just run all three? And then Coleman makes a 2-burner and a 3-burner. We've got both of them. They make a propane version, and then they make one that runs off. I'm pretty sure they have an unleaded version, a version that runs off of unleaded gasoline, just like the MSR Whisper lights. You can run diesel fuel, you can run jet fuel, you can run all kinds of shit in them. I believe you have to change the jets out depending on the fuel. Patrick Caswell, what's up? Prepared Patriarch, do you want to help to your family or a hindrance? Do you want to be the one helping or have to take care of? I'm not sure what we're talking about there. Do you have a separate dedicated IT team to manage the original SOE website? No, we do it. I mean, we do have a friend that we are very lucky will help us when there's a real problem with it. Like we get denial of services attack, DDIS attacks or something. And you can see them happening live. We'll have customers be like, hey, I haven't been able to get on the website for the last 30 minutes. And we'll hit up our guy who works for a huge major company. And we'll watch it happen. And a lot of them come out of Israel, and then they come out of Germany, and we've seen them come out of like Sweden. And they'll be hitting it like literally every second. There'll be a denial of service, and we'll just be getting all these I'll get all these emails that come through the website with bullshit email addresses, but they're all like .e or Germany or Dutch or whatever. But no, we actually handle all of our own stuff. We use a storefront software package, and I hesitate to even say what that is nowadays. Although I guess you can see it in the browser, just because there's so many fucking assholes out there that'll try just to hinder your business. White gas is cleaner, fuel like gasoline, without auto additives. The way it burns is similar to gasoline. Coleman stove self-prime using fumes. Kerosene doesn't have fumes. That's good information, man. Why do you know that? Great products. Love the preparedness info. Very good. Right on, man. Chuck Peoples. They're saying we're getting all of that. Did you ever made a face mask with Velcro to attach batteries? We fucked with it. We didn't put it out. Like, people are just done with the face mask thing. I don't personally know anybody wearing a face mask. And the few times we did wear face masks, it was a single layer. Like, we sold face masks that were screen printed on the front. We cut that off. It said Trump or, MAGA on it or something. So it was just a single layer of t-shirt material. That's all we ever wore when we actually wore them for real out in public, which was very, very rare. Like, we literally stopped doing business with companies that we had, like, I have a company I had spent almost 120 grand in a year with, and we went there all the time. We stopped doing business with them altogether over their mask bullshit because they didn't have to. It was owner's discretion. There was a lot of that. Is Facebook stopping the live feeds? So there's no rhyme or reason to it. And it seems like during the day I can live feed no problem. But when I go to live feed at night, I get 2 or 3 days out of the week where it will actually let me do it. All the other days, and it's not like Saturday, Sunday. It's just random. You don't know when you can or cannot. And there's a button in my drop-down menu that says Go Live. And more than half of the time, that button is not there. So I share stuff on Facebook, and Instagram, is owned by Facebook. My reach is totally throttled back on Instagram. I'll do a live feed on Instagram, and I'll have 2 people viewing because they don't show it to people. So YouTube is the best one. It's growing rapidly until they start throttling me back. But this is where we're doing them right now, just because it works every time. Anne is worried about it getting cold If we lose power tomorrow night, I'm not prepared, so I need to find something tomorrow that is safe to burn inside overnight. Austin, Rural King is there in your town. That's the one I go to. See if you can find a kerosene heater. Go get you a 5-gallon gas can and get you 5 gallons of kerosene fuel. Ask the people at Rural King where to buy the kerosene. They will know of a gas station near there that has it. You're going to want to get your new kerosene heater will come with a pump, right? It's a bulb pump. They work very well. You just prime it, and then you unscrew the valve a little, and it'll flow in, right? Put your gas can on a box or something just a little higher, and it will flow right into the kerosene heater really well. And buy an extra one. They're like $4, man. Just consider them disposable because they work great until the little flapper inside, and then they don't work great. But there's no definitive answers to when it will fail, so always have a backup. Don't fuck with the battery one. It doesn't take shit to make these things work. You don't need the $25 battery powered one, and you're gonna forget it anyways, and when you go to use it next year, the batteries are going to have corroded in it. So just buy the $4 pump. The box will come with one when you buy the heater. It's gonna be probably anywhere from 120 to 135 bucks. And the kerosene's $4.50 a gallon. We heated our house with kerosene and fireplace. We had a wood burning fireplace. And then we used fans to move the heat around. But we used pretty much exclusively kerosene heaters, well, always when the power was off. And they worked perfect, man. There was not a problem at all. Another option you have is to go buy a buddy heater. I would recommend getting the big buddy, not the small buddy, because you can turn off one side and use it and do everything the little buddy does, but you can power it up. Like we heated a 1,200 square foot garage with that thing. And you can put one propane tank or 2 propane tanks in it. Now propane's very convenient and clean, and these have an O2 sensor on them. So if you have a carbon monoxide issue, it will shut itself off. But kerosene is the most expensive fuel to burn as well. So those are 2 options that you have. Past that, you're burning wood. So, and then have a source of something to cook with. You're in a pretty fucking major city compared to us though. If your power goes out, you're not gonna be out for really long. And if your power goes out and remains out, they'll have those roads open and you guys can just come here. Even if our power's out, you won't fucking really know it. I believe you can check Rural King, the inventory and order online, right on. What advice do you have for me if I wanted to become the CEO of the company I work for? I really enjoy my job and want the company to thrive in the future. Not sure how to talk to the boss about it. Weston, I don't have a clue because if you came to me and wanted to be the CEO, I'm the CEO. See how that works? I don't know what you do. I don't have any idea. I have no clue. Is the CEO, are they looking to retire the CEO and put one in position? Is it a publicly traded company? Does he hold the majority of the shares? Are there other shares? Does the wife have involvement and she has a portion of the share? Like I don't know how the structure is. Absolutely do encouragement. Get the adapter to run the buddy heater on a 20-pound tank. If you get the big buddy, get a splitter to hook up both sides. Also, so if you're gonna run off a bulk tank, make sure you get the filter. And try that motherfucker soon when you buy that adapter, because I've had several adapters to run bulk barbecue tanks on these things, and it didn't work because it didn't have a pressure regulator. So I believe the Big Buddy has a pressure regulator on board. So vice versa, maybe. But don't trust the kid at Tractor Supply or Rural King because they didn't fucking know when I asked them the question. They sold me the wrong shit. So I'm just saying, try it, right? Preferably before you need it. Unbox that shit and use it. which is a similar product to kerosene. Kerosene heaters are great. Now that I have a place to put it, I'm thinking about getting a household fuel oil tank to store kerosene. Here in Northeast, many homes still have oil furnaces. Right on. I know there is an auto shop here, a mechanic shop, and they burn on old motor oil. So they don't recycle any of their motor oil. They actually burn it in their heater. I know because my friend used to own the shop there. 62 on board, 58 likes. Come on, guys, hit those likes. Because most people come on here for 5 minutes at a time. Half of those 58 likes, they're not even viewing anymore. Get those numbers up. I was looking for the dude that Amanda, the prepared patriarch. That's what I needed to hear. Thank you, Amanda. I didn't see the comment on there. Advice on getting self-motivated to get to the gym, get in shape. Got it. You just have to, you know when your best workout's going to be? When you want to do it the least. Do you know when you're going to have the most energy? When you wake up in the morning and you look at the clock and you're like, I've only been asleep 4 hours. When I go back to sleep and I tell myself I need more sleep, I always move slower through the day. And then you're going to get up and you're going to be like, I need to eat, right? You're going to eat a bunch of carbs. Carbs convert to sugar, insulin spike. It's going to slow you down. You're going to drag ass. Cut the carbs way, way back. Use protein, use fats. Even MCT oil, I use MCT oil. Look at it as fuel for the brain, like ketones, like taking ketones, fuel for the brain. Your brain function. You hear people talk about brain fog, right? Use, and those will help with that. And you don't have to, it doesn't have to be like fucking sweating to the oldies and jazzercise jumping all over the place. Just move. You just need to move more now than you did yesterday and move more tomorrow than you did today. Like if you did 15 minutes on the treadmill, do 16 minutes tomorrow. And if you can't do an hour of cardio, like if you're just starting out, of course you're not going to do an hour of cardio. If you can't do an hour of cardio, sneak off and do 10 minutes of cardio, right? Get on a bike for 10 minutes. Get on the treadmill for 10 minutes. Just sneak away. It'll boost your metabolism. It will move your blood. Everything gets better, right? If you wake up in the morning and your nose is all snotty and shit, go fucking work out. It will open you up. It'll get your blood moving. Like you hear people say that. That's true. It gets all your shit moving. First thing when you get up in the morning, drink a cup of water. Like 16 ounces of water, right? Like a beer can, a Coke can is 12 ounces. Drink 16 ounces of water. Get water in your system. If you're not pissing all the time, you're already dehydrating. I would live on a farm in my daily, I live on a farm. It's my day. Yeah, so farm fit, Missy. Absolutely. Farm fit. It's like CrossFit, but real world shit, you know? Functional fitness. Any chance of an 8-mag stacked rig getting produced before World War III? Bobby, what color would you want on an 8-mag stacked? What color? What else would you put on it, right? It has 4 columns of pals on each side. What would you put on in addition? Would you layer that on the front? Would you just run 8 mags, or would you stack pistols or admin on the front, right? Are you going to, what's your gun, right? Are you going to use an M4, or are you using an AK, or something super duper that I don't even know about? Like I thought we're in the trust tree, right? She might have some different panties that I don't even know about. What kind of gun? Multicam. If you feel thirsty, you're already behind the curve. Yeah. So many people are getting sick, right? Oh, I'm sick. Yeah. You have the fucking flu. like unhealthy people get every year. Up your immune system. Like way up your immune system. D3, a fucking lot of it. Chelated zinc. You can eat all the zinc you want. Your body won't uptake it unless you have something else that allows the uptake. Q-certain does that. That's why hydrochloroquine was working, because it allowed the zinc to work. It ups your immune system. And these are simple things that you can get. And I have these conversations with like people I fucking know. I'm like, hey, did you get that stuff? Remember you asked me about it. I told you. And then I asked you that night and sent you the links. Did you buy it? Yeah, I bought it. And then 6 months later, they're sick. And they're like, so what's that thing you told me to get? Oh, the thing you fucking lied to me about? Here's the links again. It's just amazing the ability people have, and they just don't do it. Those are the people typically, that's how their entire fucking life is. If I don't act on something, if you come to me and you have some idea or something, right? And you give me some idea, something we want to build or something you want made or whatever. If you don't see me act on that motherfucker like in 5 seconds, you know that bitch ain't happening because I already fucking forgot it. Like if we're going to do something and I have some concept, some idea, I open up Messenger right then, tag the people that need tagged, and throw the idea out there, right? Because I'm going to tag one person in there that tomorrow is going to be like, what were you talking about? Oh, that wasn't for you. That was so that you would ask me about you, so I would know. The other one's going to be like the shirt guy. The other one's going to be the sticker guy. The other one's going to be the graphic artist. If I don't put it in motion immediately, it ain't fucking happening. I have if you look at my workspace, my office area, it looks like a fucking hoarder's den, right? That's all the shit that I printed out with the intention to do or to read later, and later never comes. Did you hear the people of O plus Rh negative blood are immune to COVID? I did hear something about redheads too. Something about redheads or something because they all have the same type of blood. Don't forget medical. You carry a weapon. Yeah, you're more apt to use the medical than you are the bullets. AK, smoke, radio, mags. Right on. John, any rush orders? I'm getting deployed to Eastern Europe soon. Don, what's up? Hey, John, love all the new stuff you're building. It's just little stuff, right? It's lifestyle stuff. It's content is really what it is. Here's the secret. We've done it forever. We build new things to bring eyeballs. New things bring new eyeballs, as in new customers or new potential customers. It also drives your customers already and old customers that haven't fucked with you in a while to look at the new shit. I have a 10% conversion rate. I only need 1,000 of you to click on the website because 100 of you are going to buy something. It's just that. They're going to come and look at the new stuff. They're going to buy that thing that's been sitting in their shopping cart, or it's going to refresh their memory of something they wanted. We're going to have little promotions. You want the free pouch, you got to buy this stuff to get it. That's why we do that shit. Every company does it. I just tell you about it. I've done it forever. We used to take all the SEAL team pictures. We would build gear for the teams. They would send us photos from out in the desert or wherever they were, and we'd send those pictures over to Japan in the middle of the morning, middle of the night. And then it would be a bidding war as to who was going to buy it, right? And only one dude would buy it. We would build 50 pieces, and they had to commit to buy all of it. So the wire transfer would hit the bank the next morning, about 50 grand or so. And then we would build them, but we would build extras, right? And we're showing the pictures. If I want to sell you something, here's how you sell something. You put the new item on the side of the table, and that's not the focal point of the picture. But people look at that, and they're going to blow it up. They're going to be like, what is that? And you ignore them. You don't tell them what it is. You keep letting them see it, but you don't fucking acknowledge it. And then a day or two or a week, depending on what your timeline is, then you acknowledge it, and you tell them that we're not going to build them. It was this thing we're building for these guys, right? You can't have one. That's the most powerful thing in marketing is the word no. Let me show you this other higher end truck, even though you came in and your budget's 30 grand. Let me show you this $50,000 one. But I can't afford it. No, I get it, man. It's not for everyone. I know you're not at that level yet. You're not prepared for that. But let me show you it anyway so you know, right? You plant the seed. Meanwhile, you're building them and you're bringing them to market or whatever's happening. Now you drop it. People, there's been a whisper, there's been a talk. When you tell them what they can't have or you don't acknowledge it, they're talking amongst themselves in their own groups. It builds the hype. Then you release it and they all sell out. If you think you can sell 200, you only build 100. And then you change the color of it. It's happening all over the place. This EDC market is fucking absolutely insane. There's little companies building EDC pouches maybe 10 pieces, 12 pieces, 25. I don't really know what their capacity is. They look to be one-man shops. If you look at the people commenting on the shit, there's 100 comments. Fuck this guy, I can't buy it. I always get cart sniped. He doesn't make enough. It's so frustrating. Okay. Guys are buying these fucking pouches off these guys for 50, 60 bucks. They look very similar to ours. And they're selling them on eBay for $250. Buy it now, and they're selling as fast as they're listed. When we started doing the EDC stuff and I started using the EDC hashtags, I had guys literally message me and say, oh my God, my life is complete. You have made my dreams come true. They're not in the United States, the dude's saying this, right? They're overseas. Singapore, Taiwan, different places. But that's their market, right? They like the little stuff they can carry in their pocket. They can't have guns, and they are outdoors dudes, and they love fucking adventure trucks and overland stuff and camping and surplus gear. And it's a huge, huge market. And that's why we've been building it. A lot of guys build this stuff, and then they don't have the capacity or whatever. Meanwhile, we build fucking 300 of them and literally give them away free with orders. That's what's happening. There was a dude that said some shit about me, and he didn't think I would find out, and somebody got a hold of it and sent me the screenshots, and I said, okay, I'll build his fucking thing that he's selling, but I'll build 300 of them and give them away free. You just saw it happen this week, the little round zipper pouch. We've made 300 of them so far. Which SOE bag would you use if you needed a smaller EDC walking around town setup? Fupa. Fupa would be good because you can wear it crossbody. You can wear it as a fanny pack, or you can wear it as a chest rig should you ever want a kayak, mountain bike, motorcycle, anything like that. Velcro lined so you can change it out and put different organization inside it. You could have a gun on the main inside compartment and still keep your wallet and keys on the outside and not have to expose that to eyes. Fupa would be great. BBD bag would work. Just personal preference. The concept works with people that are materialistic. The concept works for almost everybody. They just don't realize it. You planted the seed. Wheeling and dealing, hit the thumbs up button. Hell, I want one of everything. What are the newest things? I came in 12 minutes late. EDC stuff, the little EDC pouches, pocket organizers. Hope I'm doing well tonight. Wince, you can guess, you can rest assured that I'm always doing well, because I've had fucking horrible, horrible days, and any day is better than any of those days, right? My worst day at work is better than most people's best days on vacation. Like, and I say, that's not just some bullshit I say, like, that's fucking for real. I ran across a dude today while I was getting kerosene. He was driving a big Pepsi truck. He's like, aren't you the SOE guy? And I said, I am the SOE guy. I said, why don't you come by the shop? How come you've never been to the shop? And he said, well, I just moved here. Do you have a store? I go, yeah, you can come by. But and he's like, I watched tons of your videos. I used to watch you and Jaeger. And I said, well, why don't you come by and see it, right? You spent a lot of time watching it. Why don't you come see it? He goes, I remember you saying, I was telling my wife, you said if you had a sewing machine, you could be totally broke. And if you had a sewing machine, you could totally make it by the end of the week. Like, you'd be back up and running. I said, no, what I said was you could drop me naked any place in the world. And by the end of the day, I would have $100. By the end of the week, I would have a place to live and food to eat on a consistent basis. And by the end of the year, by the end of the month, I'll have a running vehicle. And by the end of the year, I will have made $1 million. And that's actually what I said. And I've said it many times. And he's like, okay, man, well, I wish you the best. Cool. But it's just mindset. It's just mindset. I don't have any fucking bad days. There's not any bad days. You will see crazy shit happen. Like, It's 30 degrees, it's about to be 8 degrees, and the fucking water pipe is broken on the property. So we're digging it out, and we can't dig it because it's all fucking gravel, so we immediately have to have a tractor dropped off. We pop the pipe, I break it with the tractor. It's dark, and now we're in fucking water that's literally frozen. That's not a bad day. That's an opportunity for content. That's something to talk about. Like, it's inconvenient, right? So we didn't have water on the property for almost 24 hours. I still took a warm shower that night. Even though we had no running water, I still took a warm shower. I still had fucking warm water, coffee, everything, right? Nothing stops us. Nothing fucking stops us. I've been to prison, man. I lost fucking, everything was taken from me. And then when I came home, everything I had left, they took that too. It was all taken from me. Everything I have, I rebuilt. Like, I don't even have photos of my children when they were young. Everything was taken from me. I was in a halfway house. The day I came home from prison, I was in a halfway house. Had to stay there for a couple of months, right? And the only way you're allowed to leave the halfway house is when you get a job. I got served with divorce papers and restraining order 30 minutes after being to the halfway house. I didn't have a driver's license. I didn't have a social security number. And I didn't have a bank account. My money had been taken 6 weeks before I got home, had been transferred into another account. They put all that in a trust. It was all planned by the ex and somebody that she was involved with. I got a job that day, the next day. I got a job the next day as a pizza delivery driver, because it would put me out of the halfway house. I could drive around, and driving around, I would have time to make phone calls and text. By the end of the week, I had 3 jobs. I had 3 jobs. I was working 80 hours, and I got them to give me the first job. I didn't even have a driver's license, and I didn't have insurance, didn't even have a truck, and I didn't have a social security number. And I said, let me work. Obviously, I can't drive. Let me work here for a week. You don't even have to pay me. Let me just come in here and work. And when I get all my documentation together, then you can just pay me. And they did. It was a Round Table Pizza. But I had to go into Round Table Pizza and tell these guys, the 2 owners, hey, I just got out of prison yesterday. Federal prison, by the way. Maybe you saw it on CNN. And by the way, I don't have any documentation as to who I am, but you're going to hire me, and I'm going to be the best employee that you have ever had, and I'm going to give you 6 months. I'm going to work for you for 6 months, and then I'm not going to work for you any longer. But for 6 months, I will be the best employee you have, and I'll be the employee you talk about 5 years from now. They gave me the job. This, I don't have any bad days. Like, there's nothing bad. Glad you made it. You deserve it. I built it, right? That wasn't fucking luck. There's no, like, I don't need anybody to be happy for me. Like, you can do the exact same thing. I don't know who said that. I don't know who that was. But anybody can do it. If you're not doing it, it's literally because you're not doing it. Because you're focused on something else. You're focused on negative energy. This happened to me. You are right. Always me. Oh, dreary days. Stay away from those motherfuckers and stop being one of them. When you fucking start having small wins, the wins get a lot bigger. When did I get out of prison? What, you don't know? It's all over the fucking internet, little motherfuckers talking shit. Do you really not know? Because most people, when they ask that shit, it's because they're heard somebody else talk shit, or they're one of the people talking shit. I was served, my raid happened for machine guns and explosives. My raid happened in 2003. I was out on bail for 24 months, and I self-surrendered to Lompoc Prison in 2005. No, that's not right. My raid happened in 2001. I went to prison in 2003, and I came home in 2005. I made $1 million the first year I was home, working out of my mother's garage with a couple of sewing machines and a couple of people. Am I going to write it? No, I'm not writing a fucking book. The only way a book's going to be written is when somebody fucking comes here and takes my stories and puts them all in one place. John, look now, man, and where you're at. I have a farm just a few minutes north of you. Where's that? Where's that? Do you have a sawmill that you're selling? Is that who you are? Is it a wood miser? Is it orange? Stories, inspiration, road, make for people, makes shit happen. I've been out of loop a bit, but enjoy your content. Not at all, man. Not at all. Just trying to get an understanding of how quickly you built your empire. I didn't really build my empire. I just kept doing it. I did stupid, not terrible, just stupid things business-wise, right? I'm not a good businessman. The internet worked a little differently. Could I do it right now, not having the history? I don't know. I question that myself sometimes. I have 35 years of history, right? We did this shit the hard way because the internet didn't exist. I always laugh when guys can't make shit happen when they have one of these, because this has everything. I needed some curly cable, right? Like, remember the old phones? Some of you guys probably never even talked on a corded phone. Remember the phone that would hang on the wall and it had the curly cable that would kind of like retract, right? We were making weapons retention lanyards. Lots of them. And we were buying every 10-foot phone cord, curly phone cord from Walmart we could get, but they were breaking. We were still building them constantly, and I needed something better. So I wanted a silicone or a rubber cord that was a spiral that would retract and contract, and I wanted a stainless steel cable inside it. There was no fucking internet. You couldn't look it up online. You had to find a guy, and the guy that had it, he didn't know you wanted it. You knew you wanted it, and you didn't know who had it. So you somehow had to find that in the world. There was a thing called Thomas Registry. It's like a huge set of encyclopedias. It's like the yellow pages of the biggest cities in the United States. They're huge. And you go to the library and you pull it out and you look up wire cable. And you start calling people. We called and called and called. You need to talk to Bob. Well, may I speak to Bob? No, Bob's not here. When will Bob be there? After lunch. What time is after lunch? So you call, and they're like, no, Bob's not here. Bob went home early. So you do this shit. So you finally get Bob. Bob's like, I think I might have something that'll work for you. I'll mail you one. So 2 weeks later, you get it in the mail, and you call Bob, and you're like, I would like 1,000 of these. Oh, we can't build you 1,000 of them. You have to buy 10,000 of them. So then you do the math, and you're like, how the fuck am I going to buy 10,000 of these? If I buy 10,000 of these, I can't pay rent this month. But you have no choice, so you buy them, and then they don't show up in fucking 4 weeks when they're supposed to. They show up in 3 months, and now what are you going to do, right? You don't have a choice other than to make shit happen. And nowadays, people have the internet and still can't make shit happen. Stay the fuck away from those people. Lone Star, what's up? Those things getting tangled. They did get tangled. And fucking people died over tangled gear in helicopters that fucking crashed on boats off Camp Pendleton. They did. That's why all the breakaway systems came to be. But they were required for anybody with a pistol. Anybody had a pistol had to have a weapons retention lanyard. And you had to rotate the numbers in a circle to do one rotation. Phones were also like green and yellow. They were, man. Why was every piece of plastic like that terrible lime green color? Why was all the dental equipment lime green, right? You go into a dentist office, I see all those old chairs in antique shops and at auctions and shit, old dental equipment, and it's always that ugly green color. I'm just reading back through comments. I know I missed a bunch. Just repost them if I didn't answer you. Cream or off-white, yeah. Pea green. Yeah, pea green. That's a good. There was a lot of cookware, like Corningware, or I don't know, the fucking ceramic, dish bowls and stuff were that color too, like Grandma had. There's still people that live in that time era. There are people that live their entire life today as though they live in the 50s. Only fridge. Yes, the fridges were the same color. Yeah, they sure were. I think when I met Amanda, she had a refrigerator that was that color. And the countertops in her apartment were that color. Soviet color. Maybe so. Maybe that's what it was. Flower wallpaper, avocado green. Yeah. Yeah. So we made a lot of gear today. I showed it in the beginning of the video, some of it. I made a few posts today. We did mag pouches. There's mag pouches on the website. When they're gone, they're gone. So if you want patrol mags or CQB mags, we built some of those today. I walked around, showed everything that's on the machines that'll be coming done tomorrow. A lot more mag pouches. My dentist has an x-ray machine from the 70s. I asked him if it was safe, and he said it was way better built than modern ones. Paul, I see old x-ray machines come up like from shoe stores, right? The old ones where they would x-ray your foot to see if it fit the shoe. And some of that shit's still functioning. Like some of it is still operable. They're supposed to, DOE wants it all fucking demilled and everything unoperational, but you do see it come up for sale. The table you just walked by, what was the Woodland? Extra small mesh pockets for the mini packs. This is a cool looking little knife. Not expensive. I got it to just do photos with. I really bought it so that I could hashtag Gerber and put all my products in front of fucking 10 million other customers. Black 2-mag pistol cards ready to ship. Philip, if that is such mission essential that we have to discuss whether it's ready to ship, just order the fucking thing. Put in notes, you'll take any color. Yes, I have them. I always have them. Do I have the one particular color? I don't know. We'll go look. But like, if you have to ask if the $15 item's ready to ship, just put in notes, hey, ship me whatever color you have if you don't have the one I ordered. Follow a dude on IG and YouTube, Bald and Bankrupt. He goes to all those old Soviet regions. Those are common colors. Is his channel called Bald and Bankrupt? Did you ever do something with Jacoball? I've talked to Jacoball. It sounded like he's coming out to our Prepper Fest in 2 weeks. I am not 100% clear on that. VCG Tools, they have a big YouTube channel. They're friends. VCG's coming out. Vince is actually presenting and giving a talk at our event coming up here in, I think, like 2 weeks. RJ investing is silver and gold. Are you investing in silver and gold? Yeah, I buy silver and gold. I don't buy tons of it. I buy silver pretty frequently. I buy smaller denomination gold, which costs a lot more to buy by weight, but it's smaller denomination, meaning if you ever had to use it, right? I kind of use it as a store of wealth as well as end of the world, bartering kind of stuff. Silver, you will get more silver for less money if you buy more or bigger weights. I like the stackers. I really like the Scottsdale stackers with a lion on the front. A dude I had bought silver from a few times in the past hit me up last Friday and said, hey, I have these available, right? And he had 10-ounce Scottsdale stackers. He had American Silver Eagle tubes. I'd done business with him. I'm like, dude, that's smart of you to reach out to your prior customers. Yeah, I'll buy this, right? So send him the money. Monday he shipped it. I had it here Wednesday. I do buy silver, yeah. Donut pouch in Woodland. No, those aren't for sale. Those are going to customers. Those are going to people that use the order codes. Or, Jen, just fucking send me a PM or an email or something. We'll make sure you get one. Heard Nick is going to be there. Nick, who's Nick? Tactical Redneck. Which Nick? Nick Ferguson? Yeah, Nick Ferguson's coming in. I did a live feed with Nick and Nicole the other day. Fodder trees. Tactical Redneck there is going to plant them all. He just found out now. He's going to plant them all, and we're going to put 1,000 trees in. Chocolate cake code. You'll get one then. Unless Cody sends you something else. But just send me a message. We'll make sure it happens. Better yet, Jen, reply to your confirmation email, and we'll make sure it happens. Just find your confirmation email, hit reply, say, yo, make sure I get a Woodland pouch, because John said so. 23 an ounce right now for silver, 1,800 for gold. Yeah, but you're not going to pay. So, and I know you know that if you're posting it. You're not going to pay $23 an ounce for silver. You're just not. That's when you have a bunch of silver that you want to sell to the pawn shop, and that's what they're going to give you for it. When you buy it, you're going to pay whatever the profit somebody wants to make on it over spot, and then you're, going to pay sales tax. You can buy from Scottsdale, AppMex, JM Bullion. Most of them, if your state charges sales tax, I heard I think Alabama does not. Tennessee does. So if I buy $2,000 worth of silver, I got to pay $200 fucking in sales tax. If you buy from private individuals in Facebook groups, and I shouldn't even be saying this, I'm sure they'll crack down eventually on it, but everybody knows it. You don't pay the sales tax. You're supposed to pay the sales tax. You were supposed to declare it. And the Facebook groups are pretty cool, right? I don't know why the gun groups and the gear groups don't do this, but a dude will post, hey, I've got 4 ASE tubes, right? American Silver Eagles, and they're these dates, and I want this much for it. And I have plenty of references. And then Joe will come on, and he'll be like, I'll take 2 tubes. He'll post BIN, buy it now, 2 tubes, pending references. And then the dude, or people will just see it, and 10 dudes will jump on and go, yeah, I've done business with him tons of times. He's an awesome dude, no problems. But when you're in one of these private groups, all you have to do is click the dude's name, you click his picture, and it shows you all of his posts in the group. And you will see that he has posted silver for sale 100 other times, and that it's sold out. It's not still pending. And nobody has gone on there and gone, hey, this dude robbed me. So there's a clear, viewable history and reference for these guys. And there's never a problem. The problem is only when the deal seems too good to be true and you click on his name and this is his first post or second post. I don't know why they don't do that in all the other groups. Melt value plus stamp fee from manufacturer, Sunshine Mint. Yeah, you can buy Sunshine Mint. American Silver Eagles, though, are fucking still gonna hold better than Sunshine. I mean, you can buy generics, absolutely. You're still not paying spot price, though. The question is, when guys buy monster boxes, let's say American Silver Eagles, right? A monster box is what, 50 tubes? And then they sell the tubes. Where's their profit? Like, what is your profit margin? Because when we looked at it, it's not that much, especially if you're handwriting shipping labels. Fucking my time costs more than that. Like, it's not profitable for me to buy a box and try to split it up and sell it by the tubes. But you see dudes doing it. So I question how much volume they're really moving for it to become profitable. Southern Coin, Precious Metals, Louisiana. I work Douglas barrels. My boss is good, but he's in his 70s, and I'm not sure if there's anyone in line to fill the spot. Don't have any info on who else owns. Long shot, but I'll get there. Weston, we should probably start the conversation with, what do you do there? If you're mopping the floor and you want to approach him about being CEO, he's probably not going to take you very seriously. Now, on the other hand, His kids might be fucking turds and have no interest in the company at all. You might be his only hope. You might get lucky with that. I don't fucking know. I don't know. SOE stamp silver and gold. I'll talk to Mutiny about it. And I'll talk to Jade and see what Jade's doing. I know Jade's fucking busy. I don't know if he's doing any stuff on his own anymore. Jade made all of our beads. Jade made all the metal work for Starling Gear. Jade is here now in Tennessee with RMJ Tactical, American Tomahawk, American Leatherworks, and American Hickory. They own all those companies. And he's coming to our event, bringing out tomahawks. He's going to do a discussion on the difference between a practical tomahawk and a tactical tomahawk, care, maintenance, use. You can use those things to can open cars and pull windows out of cars and shit. They're pretty impressive when you see somebody use them that knows how to use them. Interested in a palladium market, damn near 2,400 an ounce, and what it's used for besides jewelry. DA pouches. I do not have DA pouches, Patrick. Do you need some? I'm sure we have some coming. How much should you buy gold and silver for? I don't know. Are we really worried about profiting on everything, right? It'd be awesome if everything you did profited. Or you could look at it as a store of wealth. If you took your $1,400 stimulus check and put your $1,400 in the safe, let's say you took your $1,400 stimulus check and bought gas with it. How many gallons of gas did it buy when they gave it to you? How many gallons of gas does it buy now, right? If you'd have put it in gold right then, could you cash it out for more cash today? Or could you trade the gold, right? Using cash isn't a good example. Does it hold value, right? Cash is silver metal is a store of value. It's a store for if the dollar collapses, right? It is still a store of value. Everybody knows what it is anywhere in the world. When the black plagues were going around, when Argentina collapsed, when Venezuela collapsed, there were entire estates, manor houses, purchased with 2 ounces of gold. 2 gold coins bought things from people that were desperate. If you'd have put the $1,400 in Bitcoin, you would have had $63,000, $73,000. At today's value, $30,000 had you put the $1,400 in. So it moves up and down. It moves up and down. Every time it comes way down, it goes way further up, though. So crypto, gold, how much should you buy? That's up to you. Would you be better off buying gold and silver, or would you be better off buying bullets in common calibers? Guns and ammunition never lose value, ever. I have friends that were just collecting guns, right? And they went to some major gun shows, sold some of their guns, amassed up enough money to pay off their entire debt when all this shit started, and it built a fucking enormous building off the money just from selling off part of their gun collection. So gold and silver is a store of value. If you have gold and silver instead of cash in your safe and it catches on fire, the gold and silver will still be there in some form. The dollars won't. The gold and silver, you can use it anywhere in the world should the US dollar collapse and you need to barter. It's also heavy, though. A lot of people say 10% of your wealth should be in gold and silver. The other thing about gold and silver is you can give it to your kids and nobody knows it existed. When you pass away, it just goes to them, right? There's not an inheritance tax. The government wants to take 40% of all your shit. The government is passing all these new laws about inheritance tax, and what it basically is going to do is you have these 1,000-acre farms that have been in the families for hundreds of years, and now when dad dies and it passes to the kids, they want to assess the property value at today's market, not at the fucking price of which it was bought, right? So it's going to be, $20,000 an acre right now because they're going to want to rezone it. So it's going to be $20,000 an acre. You don't have the money because you're farming. You're never fucking profitable when you're farming. You're always chasing the next year. So to pay the inheritance tax, you have to sell off half the farm, and now the farm is half the size. And now you've got subdivided houses next to you, or you've got some big corporation that bought up the property you were forced to sell. And it's about making people own less. The only people that can own anything are the elite, the rich, right? BlackRock. BlackRock, who, by the way, owns most of Neil Young's music, which came out today. Silver is undervalued, absolutely undervalued, especially with all your electric cars. All your electronics have to have silver. Silver is too expensive to recycle off of electronics, right? They recycle the gold off electronics, but the silver is too expensive to recycle. So they just have to have more of it. Can you put the farm in a trust protected against inheritance tax? Jen, I believe you can. I believe there are some ways to do that, but then you are limited as to what you could do with the farm as well, I believe. I heard once that somebody bought 200 acres farm for 6 ounces of silver during the Great Depression. Johnny, there was tons of that shit happening. Tons. Do you think it's going to happen again? History doesn't always repeat itself, but it fucking comes pretty close, right? I think you would be foolish not to have silver and gold. I wouldn't go buy silver and gold right now if you're not able to pay your rent 3 months in advance, maybe, right? Take the money, put it into your business, figure out whatever your business is, create something. If you don't have food production, probably shouldn't be buying silver. If you don't have means of defense, probably shouldn't be buying silver. But if you're smoking fucking $300 in cigarettes, I don't even know what cigarettes cost now. It's fucking insane, though. I know that. If you're smoking $300 in cigarettes every fucking month or every week, if you're drinking fucking hundreds of dollars of beer every month, I don't know what vape costs. I think it's pretty inexpensive. But whatever your vices and habits are, right? Imagine if you just took that money and put it into silver, gold, Bitcoin. Fresh Express packaged salad just announced huge recall for listeria. More reason to grow your own. Yep. Difference between living trust and irrevocable trust. I don't know the answer, man. I'm not that. The person to talk to about that is your attorney. Won't be as valuable in your lifetime as it will be in your kids. That's a good way to look at it. Silver is undervalued compared to gold. Gold has gone up incrementally while silver is held back. For 25 ounces of gold, bought a city block in Manhattan during the Great Depression. Let's hope that happens again. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. It sucks that people are going to, be in such a bad position. I didn't cause it, and I'm definitely not going to be there with them. I'm sure there's a bunch of comments I haven't read. Just re-comment them if that's the case. Better a blob of metal than ashes and bills. That's what I'm saying. What crypto? I have several of them. What crypto would I tell people that they should buy? Get a Cash App account because it's super easy to do and super easy, and you can buy Bitcoin right off a Cash App. Get a Cash App account. Because there's a graph on there and you can watch it go up and down. And you can look at it daily, weekly, monthly, and overall and get comfortable with it. Put $100, put a couple $100, put $50 every week. I have kids working here, 15-year-old kids working here that come in and go like, hey, I bought another $50 of Bitcoin. Hey, I bought another $13 of Bitcoin. You can buy $1, you can buy fucking 99,000, you can buy $999,000 worth of Bitcoin. You link it to a bank account or a debit card. And then you just buy it and you watch it go up and down. You can also take it out of Bitcoin. So you could put it in a mechanical wallet. You could put it in a virtual wallet. You could put it on another Jack's wallet. You can put it wherever, right? You can pay bills with it. I wouldn't do that. I would hold all your Bitcoin. Bobby, have a great night, man. All right, guys, I'm going to walk around, start turning these lights off. We got about 5 minutes here. Something you want to discuss, something you want to say, some piece of kit you want to know about. Listen, we spend a lot of time doing this every night. I have an event coming up. You should come here and see this place. You watch so many people on YouTube, and then if you ever bump into them in real life, they don't look like what they actually look like on video, right? They have different clothes and makeup on to trick you into believing you are something they're not. They will show you a little tiny sliver. You see the corner of the wall, right? You'll see the corner with all the nice, barn wood in the corner, but it's a shithole everywhere else. We show you exactly how it is. You can come here with your own eyes and see everything that we do, and there's evidence of all of it. So you should come to our event, 19th and 20th. There's a lot of great people. Nicole has put a ton of time into this thing. You guys should come out and meet us. And if you can't make it, I understand. We'll do another one sometime in the year. What are you doing? Smelling farts out of jars? What is that? Hey, it's a dead wasp. So the other thing, we make and sell all this product. I've been doing it for 35 years. If you need something to hold something, we probably have it. That's at soetacticalgear.com. I also have a deal set up with Amazon, as does everybody on YouTube. But if you look at any of my YouTube videos, there's a link to Amazon for items that are in the video that I discuss. And if you click any of those links, it takes you to Amazon. That's how you start all your shopping for Amazon. Go to my video, click any link, and shop on Amazon as though you normally would. It doesn't change anything in your Amazon profile. Everything looks the same. I just get a little percentage of anything you buy. I don't even know what you bought. I know what people buy, but I don't know who bought it. So you don't have to be, you don't have to be embarrassed of the 18-inch, dog penis dildo that you bought. Somebody bought one of those. You can buy whatever you want. We get a little percentage of it. A guy bought a ladder that was like a few $100. We got $70 off of that. Look at it as taking money away from Amazon and giving it to somebody that you pay attention to and hopefully get some kind of value from. So do your Amazon shopping for you guys that do. Start on any of my YouTube videos and just click the link. For so many folks, SOE and nightly chats, give out the extra stickers and cards. Thank you, Jen. That's why we send them. When the war first kicked off, we were sending out stickers left and right with every order. We were sending stacks of them. And I'm like, hey, put these places, put them in lockers, hand them out to guys. We will send you more. They were putting them on fucking ordnance that was dropping. They were putting them on tank, the fucking front main guns on tanks. They were putting them all over the place, cool places. We were seeing our stickers. All kinds of aircraft. Make sure you wash your grapes as they come straight from the vine to the store. Should we be growing grapes? That's something else I thought about, was putting some vines on the property and just maintaining them. Kiwi, if you plant kiwi, kiwi grows, it stays there. Even when it dies back, it grows up the next year. It's a vine. It'll grow right up a tree in the shade. Like kiwi will grow. You can grow kiwi. You'd be surprised where you can grow kiwi. We're putting in more fig trees. We're putting in a lot more fruit trees this year. I put stickers out in the wild. Thank you. I have a friend's a truck driver. We give him stickers. He puts them in all the urinals at the truck stops. We've had people come in here and they're like, hey, I heard about you. I saw your sticker in a pisser at a truck stop. So it obviously works. It's funny, whatever. Several vines on the property. Fig trees are great. Yeah, we have some fig trees that do really well. Any 308 rigs hanging? Unfortunately for you, there is one OD 308 rig, and right before I got online, I saw somebody ordered it. So we do not have any 308 rigs. I might have them in left hand. And I know you're going to say you're not left hand. And my reply is, the first 5 years we made these rigs, we didn't make any left-handers. They only used right-hand rigs. The rig is small, so it will still work for you. I do not have any 308 rigs. We had a ton of them, man. We built them probably 90 days ago, and they've just trickled out of here. There was a lot. Anybody remember how many 308 rigs? This whole wall was 308 rigs. The last one sold tonight. And that's what's going to happen with these subgun micros that have been here for a couple months. They're going to be gone, and then dudes are going to wish they had got one. Olive tree won't grow here, Sam. Won't grow. I had olive tree in San Diego. We do not have horses, Philip. I would like some big horses. I'd like a horse to shoot bow off of, right? I'd like something, you know, like the mongrels rode. But I would like to have some Percherons, some big workhorses. I don't have enough property here to grow grass. So we don't have horses, and I don't have cows, and I don't have bison. Blackberries. I have hundreds of feet of blackberries. They grow here on their own. How often do we run copper eggs? I had copper eggs just a month or so ago. Where were you? See, that's the problem, though. It's not how often. There's no rhyme or reason to how we do this shit. Like, what I think I'm doing tomorrow could change in the next hour depending on an email that comes through. I really don't know. And that I know it sucks, but I don't have a clue. My buddy's trying to buy a Polaris ATV right now. And he was telling me I might get a Suzuki because Suzuki has it, right? And I said, that's because Polaris is the best. And he said, you put a $500 deposit down, and they literally have not a fucking clue when you're going to get your bike. Because Polaris is the best. And for every dude that gets frustrated or goes and buys some lesser thing, he still wishes he had the Polaris. And Polaris still has more customers than they can possibly build. And Polaris is spun up. I got a buddy that does plant maintenance in Alabama for Polaris, and they are building a fucking insane amount of shit. He sends me photos of it. They can't build enough of it. It's just the market. It's how shit is. There are guys right now selling used Polarises for more than they paid for them. And guys are buying them fast as it can be. That's the market for everything. Cars, trucks. That Suburban out front that I bought for $4,500, and then I put a new motor in it, did some other shit, right? That Suburban. I was going to sell that thing. I was going to list it at $6,000, and I would have been willing to take $45,000. I'll bet you I could sell it tomorrow for $10,000. Probably sight unseen. We can go out for an hour or two and come back with buckets. Yeah, we can too. Right on the back side of the property is all blackberry. There is blackberry everywhere here. These gravel pits and these sand pits here, that's what they grow. They grow pine trees, blackberries, and rocks. You know where you could get great horses for inexpensive? The meat train auction. I will send you a link. East Coast, some amazing horses have come out of it. Right on. I can't get vending machine parts right now. Yeah, you can't get fucking hardware to build houses with, and cabinet hardware. You just can't get it. I went to buy 50 feet of 6'3" feeder wire, direct burial cable, right? It's just a gray. It's kind of flat on both sides. It's fucking wire with a ground. I need to run power from one place to another, about 20 feet. That's all I need. It's a 20 foot. It's not even a 20-foot distance with all the bins. I bought it. I went to 4 places to get it. I went to the 2 local places where we had bought it last year several times. Right? They didn't have it. Lowe's online said they had it. I drove all the way to Lowe's in Paris last night. He didn't have it. He's like, good news though, I'll have it in 2 weeks. I'm like, I gotta have it now. So Tad sends me to a place in Paris. He's like, check these guys out. I walked in, and it's an electric supply place in Paris. I didn't even know they were there. Super nice guys. The dude, when I walked in, looked like a cowboy out of Montana or Wyoming. Super awesome dude. I would love to go back and do business with him. They didn't have it. So I went to Paris Builder Supply, which is where most of the build out for this building came from. I walked in there today, and they were the nicest people. The dude that was at the door before me held the door open and said, go on in, man. I go, no, man, go ahead. You were before me. He's like, no, please, go ahead. Everybody in the store was amazingly nice. Almost like, am I being punked? The customers in there were all nice. Everybody was so helpful. They had a ton of shit I'd never seen. Like, that place was just, they had 2 buildings full of building supply place. They had my feeder cable. I bought 50 feet of cable. It was $380. The price of fucking everything has doubled. And most of these places aren't holding wire because it's just so expensive to buy it. They literally can't afford to buy it. So when you start a job, they order it at that point. Like it's just insane. Morels. We have all kinds of mushrooms around here. We put wood chips down on the trails, like thousands of feet of wood chips on the trails where we ride lasers and shit here. And you'll go out there one morning, nothing there. The next morning, it'll just be a field, thousands of feet of mushrooms. We have all kinds of mushrooms that grow because we put hardwood wood chips down. The ramps and Molly Moocher season will be here. I'm doing the same thing with land. Bought for $9,900 in January, selling for $20 to $50. Well, fucking right on you. Right, good for you, man. I get a call once a month from the dealership trying to get my 2010 Tundra. They offered me more money than I paid for my Tundra and my 4Runner. They're like, do you want to trade this in? I'm like, I'm not confident you can get me another Tundra. And you know what? People don't have the other Tundras. They don't have them. Robert, what's up, man? All right, guys, I'm off of here. You guys have a good night. If you need something, send me an email. If you're asking about an order, reply to your order confirmation. I don't know why people do that. They ask about product. Hey, what about this, right? Why don't you open the conversation with, I have this on order? You're not going to trick me. It's not like I'm holding back and you're going to trick me into showing you a product that you have on order. It's not. Believe me, we want you to have your shit more than you want it so that you'll shut up about it. Like, for every one of those dudes, I have 100 of you every day. We have 10,000 open orders on any given day. We want to ship your stuff because every time we ship something, it is very important to me that the girl that sits here ships orders every day. Even after we've gone to the post office on Friday, especially Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, especially. We ship even on Saturday a lot of times because my customers who are repetitive, not first-time customers, reoccurring customers have been with us for a long time. Every single time they get a tracking number, they place a new order. For new money to come in the business, orders have to go out of the business. I want you to have your stuff probably more than you want it because that means more incoming money. People don't understand that. We are doing everything we can do with everything we can get with what we have and are limited to. You guys have a great night. I hope you find value in this. I hope that you can send this. If there was something we talked about, send this link to somebody. You don't have to buy shit from me to be here every night. You don't ever have to buy anything from me to be here every night. Come have conversation, add value, and then get on my YouTube videos. Answer somebody's question. Help me by helping somebody else. Just answer a question. There's tons of questions on YouTube, people asking questions. People will watch this video tomorrow and ask questions. Interact with them. Help somebody. Every one of you can help somebody that's watching these videos and has the same common interest you have. You never know what'll come from it. Good night, guys.